What's more important to you, the process or the results? When I first got into the personal development world, I heard so many people emphasizing results. Results. It's all about results at the end of the day. This is largely influenced by corporate America and capitalism at large, right? It's all about the bottom line. What are your baseline numbers? Are you hitting your targets at the end of the month? Now, when I first sat in on a men's team and someone said to me, especially hearing it from a man who said, process is more important than results, it made me kind of dig my feet in for a second. Wait, that's not congruent with everything that I've heard. So many people that I've seen create incredible results in their lives, it's always been about results, not about the process. But as I inquired a little bit deeper and started to really think about this, I thought, well, the result is really such a small piece of that pie. When you look at somebody who says, I earned my first $1 million, that's an instantaneous moment. It's like driving past a sign on the freeway that says, you've reached Montana, the state of Montana. Welcome to the state of Montana. That's a glimpse. That's a moment of crossing a border into a new place. Just like making your first million or getting married. All of these are bullet points, data points on a much larger timeline. What it actually took to earn that first million, what it took to get you to the altar to saying I do with your beloved, there's so much more. And everything else other than that simple data point on the timeline is the process. There's a book I'm reading right now called Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco, and it really reinforces this message of process over results. And what he says is that what you don't see, think of the Kobe Bryants of the world, the professional athletes, the high performers, high achievers that have several bullet points on their resume that are just elite, otherworldly, impressive, the upper echelon, the 1% of the 1%. Those are all results that reflect a very rigorous and deliberate and intentional process. But we don't see the process. How often do you see the 8 hours of practice every single day for 20 years for somebody to get to where they got to professionally? How often do we see the over and over again guys failing attempt after attempt after attempt and failing in sequence before the major success, right? In a day where we live and die by what we see on Instagram and how many likes you get on your post, people are emphasizing results. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I finally get to my first six-figure clients. I'm going to finally show you what it looks like when I get my washboard abs. But what I'm not going to show you is every single rep that I put in along the way. It's too much of a story to tell. The reality is that most people won't be there for the process. In order to catalog and document the entire process, somebody would have to follow you around every single day. And in this high-paced, high-action, results-driven world, we want to just see the bullet points that got us to the result, right? I want the Cliff Notes version of how to get this. The result is what's going to make me happy. And that's the clincher. We also tie results and performance to how we will feel at the end of the day. Anybody who's achieved something great, anytime you've set out and you hit that pinnacle of all of your hard work and effort, right? Just imagine what that might be. Maybe it's running your first triathlon. And the moment that you break through the finish line and you feel the banner break across your chest, there's that surge of dopamine, the celebration, the I did it. I finally made it over the mountaintop that has a lasting effect for several minutes, maybe a few hours, if you're lucky, a couple of days. And then what? We're back to baseline. Because even if you're going to reach that climax of fulfillment, of joy, celebration, success, you're always going to return back to baseline. And then your body, your nervous system is going to say, now what? Now what? And you're going to constantly seek the next peak, the next result that's going to finally give you that long sustained feeling of joy and satisfaction, only to find out that at each peak, there's another one. There's another one and another one and another one. And so constantly seeking results and valuing results over the process puts us on this hamster wheel of never actually feeling fulfilled. When really you hear from martial artists and yogis and people who are truly committed to a path of mastery that it's the journey where you find fulfillment. It's the process. It's the way by which you arrive at the destination. In fact, it's about never arriving at the destination, but always moving towards one. That's where fulfillment is. Fulfillment, satisfaction, joy, experience, all lies on the road of process. The results, those are just billboards flashing by on the highway of life. And if you value the billboards more than the open road, well, then there's going to be a lot of open road in between those moments of satisfaction and fulfillment. And of course, celebrate, enjoy them. Take that moment to pause and look around and say, wow, I did it. I got here. I did that thing. Achieved it after all this work. Yes, celebrate it. Don't wait for that moment to happen to start appreciating and enjoying what you're gathering along the way. Because what really makes us the best version of ourselves is how we are being with the process. How am I showing up during the thing? Not at the end of the race, but the whole race itself. Every step, every fluid motion, every call that I make, every conversation that I have, every breath that I put into something that I care about, that's what it looks like to be process-oriented. So be process-driven instead of results-driven, so that you don't have to wait for these long intervals between fulfillment and satisfaction and celebration. Celebrate every step. Because if you approach it that way, then I get to enjoy every single moment of this journey and see how every single moment of this process is serving me and becoming who I want to become in this world. It's a lonely road if I'm only waiting for the next sign to tell me that I've arrived. And then I'm going to always be looking for the next one. Value the process. Celebrate the results, but value the process. All right, y'all. Catch you on the next MMM. Until then, rise up and claim your destiny.